Do you all compare yourself with others? And how often you compare? With whom you compare? What matters you compare with others? Usually, people compare. Don't say you do not compare. All right? So we all compare. But nowadays, we see many teachers telling you must not compare. They may mean something in that, they may have some good intention in advising people that you don't compare with others. But according to Bhagavad Gita, it is impossible not to compare. Why? Because the world in which we are living, this is a world of duality, dvandva mohena bharata. This is dvandva or duality. Duality means there are always opposites. And when opposites are there, comparison is a must. You cannot say you will not compare. So what is dvandva? What are the opposites? Simple things like heat and cold, summer and winter, profit and loss. Like, in Bhagavad Gita it is said, Jaya, Apajaya, Jaya, Ajaya, or something like that. Then Labha, Labhav, Jaya, Jayav. Labha, Labhav means profit and no profit, which is loss. So when you compare like this, always there is dualities. That means tall, short, fat, thin, like when you are comparing the physics, or when they compare the complexion, fair, dark complexions, they compare. And we hear this advice. The moment you start comparing, obviously most people become unhappy and they lose their peace. Somehow they are always thinking about it again and again and again after comparing. So what do you usually compare? If you take the Bhagavad Gita dashboard, the 6 areas of life, one is mind, intelligence, faculties. So personal development. So that is one area people compare. Then the other area is like health. That means physical health. They compare with others. So personal development, physical health, then about work, career, business, this they compare with others. And wealth, money, lifestyle, they compare. What else they compare? Relationships they compare. Emotions, love, all this comes in relationships. And this also they compare. And not only that, in terms of giving away charity, who is giving more charity, who is giving less charity, this also they compare. So where exactly you compare? You reflect. I give you a few seconds to reflect. Are you really comparing? And what exactly are you comparing? Most often this is going in a flux. We keep on comparing. Why? Because this is a world of duality. And most psychologists, neurologists, philosophers, they always tell their students, their followers, that you please stop comparing. Don't compare. What does Bhagavad Gita tell? To compare or not to compare? As I said, it is not possible to not compare, because it is very, very natural that we do compare. It is impossible not to compare. So then when you compare, and most often, most people, they become unhappy. They lose their peace. And that's why they advise don't compare. But it is like not possible. So what is the solution? What is the solution? Don't compare is not a solution, because that comes naturally. Like it like telling sun not to rise and sun not to set. Or you go to the ocean and tell in the ocean the waves not to come, not to recede. That is not possible. The comparison comes very, very naturally. And then there are some people who advise, okay, you don't compare with others. This is another class of teachers, philosophers or psychologists or neurologists. They come out with this proposal, okay, if you compare with others, then you lose focus. So what should you do? What is the solution? You compare with yourself. Like, say you did some medical tests, and then the diagnosis, something came in the medical reports, and then that was 6 months ago. Then you take some treatment as per the doctor's advice, and 6 months later you repeat the medical tests, and then you compare. Hey, that time the cyst was 15 mm, now the cyst is 5 mm, or that time the cyst was 15 mm dia, now it is 25 mm. It has grown or it has come down. You compare the two reports to know how is the progress. So it is like you yourself comparing. Like in the month of January, like some of you are walking 5,000 steps a day. Today you may be walking 7,000 steps a day. You compare with yourself, and then these coaches, they teach, okay, you compare with yourself and you work on your improvement, and then that is a better proposal. The problem with that is, does not solve the problem. The problem is it does not solve the problem. What is the problem? You compare with yourself, and then you have a benchmark, or you have some expectation. Okay, I must be walking 10,000 steps a day. But somehow from 5,000 steps, you don't come to 10,000 steps, or you fall down to 4,000 steps after 3-4 months, and you don't achieve what you wanted. What are your expectations? And then again, you become sad. You become unhappy. You lose your peace. So comparison, whether you compare with others or you compare with yourself, what you were before and what you are today, always most people become unhappy and they lose their peace. And then they work on it so much. So they keep drinking water. They say, oh, I was drinking 1 liter water, now I have improved to 1.5 liters of water. So the thing is, not comparison itself is not a problem. Comparison is a tool to benchmark, to compare, to assess, to evaluate. It's a tool. Just like fire is a tool. If used properly, you can use fire to cook your food. Or you can use the same fire, if you are neglectful, it can burn the house. It is the same fire if properly used. Similarly, comparison also the same thing. It's a tool. If you don't know how to use the tool, then it will bring you unhappiness. You lose your peace. Some people look at their weight. Oh, I was like 55 kgs 5 years ago. Now this birthday I am like 60 kgs, 65 kgs. Their birthday is gone. Happy birthday to you is gone. They become so sad. Last birthday I was like 55, now I become 60. Some people are so much worried that half a kg, 55 has become 55.5 kgs. They become unhappy. So that is where the beautiful Bhagavad Gita and Lord Sri Krishna come into the picture. Here, I give you some more examples before even coming to Bhagavad Gita. Okay, I'll give some examples where people really, really compare. Also, I want to tell you a story. A story how, people, when they compare, even they lose relationships, friendship because of comparison. So when we were traveling in Europe, I and my wife, we were traveling through 15 countries. And then this place, Slovenia is there. In Slovenia, this is a folk tale. The folk tale is, there are two friends, Marco and Luko, something like that, two names, okay. Take like in Chandamama or in our comics, Amar Chitrakatha, they say Ram or Bhim or Ram or Sham, something like that. Anyway, take, the names are not so important, understand the concepts. Marco and Luko are there. They are neighbors, and they are farmers, and they are good friends. I mean, they go to each other's house, they help each other, and they are good. One day, this Marco goes into the forest for something. There, to cut short the story, not going into details, he will, give relief or release somebody stuck, some angel or a genie stuck somewhere in the forest from a bottle or something. He will release it out, and because of that, that genie is very grateful to this Marco. He will tell, look, you have some desires I can fulfill. You ask for some desires, I can immediately fulfill your desires. So Marco is very happy. But the genie gives one condition. It says, whatever you ask, you will get that, but your neighbor will get twice of that. So he doesn't hear the second part. He's very, very happy. I'm going to fulfill all my desires. Happy, right? You fulfill your desires. You're expecting 5 kgs loss in your body weight, and you get it. So happy. And you are getting some 10% increment. You're very happy. You're getting a jump, promotion. You're very happy. So actually, he should be happy. So Marco will say, okay, okay. So that small print in terms and conditions, he did not notice that, genie said your neighbor, your friend will get twice whatever you ask. So anyway, he'll say, okay, okay, thank you. He'll go home, and then he'll call his wife. She'll say, hey, look, what we'll have. You ask for something, I can give you. So they ask a few things, they get, and then mainly he will ask, like, I want 100 gold coins. Those days, gold coins, not paper currency today. So immediately, the genie will bless him with 100 gold coins, and he's very happy. But he hears, a lot of noise and happiness, claps and sounds in the next door. He'll go out and check what is happening. Now he got 100 gold coins. That guy got 200 gold coins. So his happiness went down because he compared. I was asking 100 gold coins, but he got 200 gold coins. Initially, he didn't matter so much. He said, okay. Then he asked, I want 100 cows. He got 100 cows in his barn, but Luko got 200 cows. He asked for a beautiful house. Luko got 2 houses. He asked for a beautiful bullock cart. Luko got 2 bullock carts. Anything he asked like nice gold jewelry for his wife. Luko's wife got 2 sets of jewelry. So each time his mind started getting disturbed. That he was not focusing on what he is getting. He's more concerned and unhappy about the other fellow getting more. If you're fulfilling all your desires, you should be happy, right? But the mind is like that. You are not happy with all your desires getting fulfilled. You are not happy because the other fellow is getting more. So this is the problem. So because of this problem, the problem is not comparison. Where he could have done right. He should have felt very happy for his friend. Hey, I got 100 gold coins. Oh, congratulations, Luko, you got 200 gold coins. Oh, so nice. The genie is so kind to both of us. Huh? No, he didn't do that. He didn't do that at all. He was getting very envious, matsara, dvesha. The problem is not comparison. The problem is envy, jealousy, what they call matsara, dvesha. This is the problem. And that's where we lose it. As I said, comparison is a very good tool. If you use it like, congratulations, you're happy for the other persons, you're kind to the other persons, you're super duper happy. Your friend got 20% increment, you got only 15% increment, but still you are happy for your friend. You are not so much concerned about your 15%. Hey, you got 20%. Hey, you really need that increment, you had a lot of EMIs, this, that. I'm so happy for you. How many of us do that? So what was Marco doing? Each time he made a wish, the genie told like this, and the other person got 200. That shloka I will read in Bhagavad Gita, what exactly was happening. And then finally what he did because of this excessive emotions, what he did finally, it will be like, you will feel very bad about that. I'll read this. Bhagavad Gita chapter 2 text 62. Dhyayato vishayan pumshaha sangaste shupajayate sangat sanjayate kamaha kamat krodho abhijayate. It means while contemplating the objects of the senses, the objects of his senses was, in this case, he could have just been his 100 gold coins, but his object of his senses became the 200 gold coins that Luko got. That became his object. He got one bullock cart, his friend got two bullock carts. He got one good, nice, beautiful house, his friend got two houses. So he was not focusing on what he got. He was not content. He was focusing on the other person's wealth growing. Everything he is getting double. So this disturbed. So dhyayato vishayan pumshan. So he contemplated on that. So while contemplating the objects of the senses, a person develops attachment for them. He says he was not attached to his God, but he is more attached to his friends' promotion, his friends' happiness, his friends' riches, everything he is getting more. He could be very happy. He never had 100 gold coins in his life. Those days, if you have one gold coin, you are the richest man in the village. Now you have 100 gold coins, you should be happy, super happy. But that happiness was only for 1 second. The moment he came to know his neighbor had, his friend Luko had 200 gold coins, he lost his happiness. That is what Krishna is telling. He had attachment to his friend's possessions. And then what happened? Because of that, and from such attachment, lust develops. Greed and lust. I want to have that. Why he is having? Why he should have more than me? That, attachment, the greed, all this developed. From that, jealousy, envy, and then from that, anger. He became very angry with everybody around him. He's not at all happy. So what did he do? And then from lust, anger arises. And from after that, what happens? Krodhat bhavati sammohaha, sammohat smriti vibramaha, smriti bramshat buddhinasho pranashyati. He became very angry. His desires are fulfilled. He should be happy, right? But he's not happy. He's very unhappy because somebody is getting more than him. He's comparing with them and he's becoming very unhappy. He lost his peace. He is angry, lusty, greed, envy, jealousy. All these are developing in him. So he was thinking, from anger, complete delusion arises. He became deluded. What is happening? And delusion, bewilderment of memory. He lost his memory. Like he lost his sleep. Why this guy is getting more? Why I am not getting? So when he lost his memory, intelligence, bewilderment, all this happens, what happens is his intelligence was lost. He lost that he is my good friend, my good neighbor for many years. He lost his intelligence. Then he thought, I have to make him doomed so that I can be peaceful and happy. Otherwise, I am not getting my sleep. So what did he do? So when intelligence is lost, one falls down again into the material pool. So such a nice Vaikuntha atmosphere, like, very friendly, nice, like Indralok, Chandralok, they were very happy. Good neighbors, happy, cooperating. Now suddenly, he lost his balance, his intelligence. So he wanted to sabotage his friend. Many examples I can give in today's world also. In office, there is always politics. The guy is trying to fix the other fellow in the office. Fix with the boss. Sabotage his work. So on and so forth. In school also, the same thing happens. Two friends, they're very good, they're doing well, but he gets 1 mark more. Until then, they're good friends. The moment the other fellow got 1 mark more, then he becomes his worst enemy. So in this case, what he did is, because he lost his intelligence, he took a very, very bad decision. He told the genie, it looks funny, but it looks sad also. I don't know what tone I should tell this. I should laugh at this, or I should be, in tears, and emotionally I should tell this part of the story. So what he did is, he called the genie and he said, look, this time what I want. Yes, what do you want? I am at your service. You name it. But he lost his intelligence. What will he name? He said, you make me blind in one eye. Genie got a shock. Why? Why you want that? I can give you anything you want. You want 200 gold coins? No, I don't want anything. This time you blind me in one eye. Why he is thinking like that? He's thinking if genie blesses him blindness in one eye, he has to give double, na? The other fellow will lose two eyes. This is the way Luko had a fall down in his consciousness, totally gone. So genie said, okay, take it. He became blind. He's painful. He cannot see. He's like, bleeding and whatever, damage to the eye. He cannot see. Suddenly blind in one eye. Then he heard other house. Luko is also crying. Oh, I cannot see both my eyes. I'm totally blind. And this fellow now very happy. He was losing sleep when he was getting 100 gold coins, a beautiful house, a nice necklace, nice this, that. All his wishes are fulfilled, but he was not happy. Now he is blind in one eye, still he is very happy. Why? That fellow is blind in two eyes. Now I can sleep peacefully and I can be very happy. So this is the nature of the material world. So in the same story, how does comparison work? As I said, Bhagavad Gita is telling the nature of this world is duality. There will be always comparison. You cannot stop. If some psychologist, some coach, somebody is telling you should not compare, many people come to me and ask, sir, they tell us not to compare. How not to compare? Of course, you have to compare. When you compare, then if you take it without jealousy, without envy, then it's a very good tool. You will not destroy, you will not become blind in one eye, or blind in, your friend becomes blind in two eyes. You lose a relationship with such a good friend. He was helping you throughout life. He was always there for you, and now, he doesn't have two eyes. Is that a good situation to be in? It is not at all. So this envy, this jealousy is the problem, Krishna explains in Bhagavad Gita, not comparison. Comparison is always, it will be there. It is the nature of this world. We have to compare. But comparison for inspiration. Your friend lost 5 kgs weight. Say in 5 months, every month he lost 1 kg. You become inspired. Hey, what did you do right? You compare, but for learning. You can learn something from your friend. You compare, and then, hey, you made such a nice recipe for Krishna. You offered. This kheer is much, much better. I never tasted this nice kheer. How did you make it? If you're happy in comparison, then there is a potential for learning, for your own improvement. That means you should not be envious, you should not be jealous. Then this comparison is a very good tool. Otherwise, like Marco and Luko, that people, the Slovenian folktale I told you just now, half blind and double blind. This will happen. So this 12th chapter Bhagavad Gita, I will read one more shloka about Dvesha. Adveshta sarva bhutana, maitraha karuna evacha, nirmamo nirahankaraha. So this shloka is very good. I'm just reading because I can get some word by word meaning and all this. Adveshta sarva bhutana, maitraha karuna evacha, nirmamo nirahankaraha, samadukha sukakshami. Santushtaha satatam yogi yatatma dridhanishchayaha mayyarpita mano buddhir yo madbhaktaha same priyaha. Krishna is telling, my devotees are not envious, and such a devotee has these characteristics or these qualities, and such a devotee is very dear to me. Krishna is explaining to Arjuna. So we have to be like this. The thing is, you should not be envious of others. You compare, you become happy. You learn. If you really want, like him, losing weight 5 kgs, you go and approach him. Now you join some company, you are selling insurance, and you are very new, just now joined, or some sales job you joined, somebody else is doing very extremely good, and if they're really good, best in class, the best in the department, what will they, if you go and approach them, they will be very glad to help you, unless they are very envious and jealous. Then they are not fit to be toppers. If they're really correct, good toppers, they always are willing to help. Sir, can I ask you a question, sir? Yeah, what is it? Sir, I need more time. I want to sit. Come at lunchtime. Okay. Lunchtime, you're having lunch together. You can ask, sir, how do you sell so much? Insurance is so difficult to sell, but you sell like every day, you bring in some policy into the office. How are you able to sell? Can you please share with me? Then he will give you a system. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6. If you put this system in place, then you also exactly replicate the blueprint of my success. You have to do exactly the same. Oh, is it? Okay, sir. Tell me more detail. So he will be happy to help you. Now, if you are envious, why should I learn from him? I will try to find, you will take longer time. If you're not envious, you can approach somebody. How did you prepare this nice recipe? Hey, where did you buy this saree? It's so beautiful. But you don't want to tell, because she will go and buy the same saree, then you become envious. So the real problem is not comparison. The real problem is, from comparison, if you use that as a very good tool to improve your life and people life, others lives, then it's a very good tool, and you have to compare. You cannot stop comparing. It is very, very natural. Like water is liquid, it is very natural to compare. If somebody tells you not to compare, how is it possible? Every moment, every situation, every circumstance, every area of life, we're all comparing. Otherwise, how will they declare the election results? How many people got what number of votes? Who is coming to come and take oath as chief minister? Without comparing, how stop comparing? The real problem is this. Dvesha means you are envious. Adveshta sarva bhutanam, not only human beings. Bhagavad Gita talks about all living entities. The trees, the plants, the birds, the beasts, the fish, everything. All living entities, you should not be envious. This is Bhagavad Gita. It goes beyond the normal teachings of this world, psychologists, philosophers, environmentalists, that we have so many, isms and ists and all that. But Bhagavad Gita is so beautiful. Krishna is giving you the exact knowledge. Adveshta sarvabhutan, and you must be friendly with them. Friendly with even with your enemies. They may not like you, but you wish them good. You are still nice to them. They may not like you, but you like them. That is what he is telling. Such a person is very dear to me. Krishna is telling. You want to be dear to Krishna, then Bhagavad Gita. You want to be having happiness, Bhagavad Gita. And you want to compare for your own growth, Bhagavad Gita. So, Adveshta Sarva Bhutanam, Maitraha Karuna Yevacha, you are kind. Karuna, kind. Nirmamo, mama means like possessiveness. You become very possessive. In relationships, this is very, very important. Some people become so possessive. He or she is my best friend. Somebody else comes and talks. In school we used to see, somebody is there, two girls' names. Let us take some, like Marco Luko, which is not related to us. Anyway, like Lakshmi and Saraswati, two friends. And Lakshmi and Saraswati are very good friends. So, but Lakshmi becomes very envious when somebody else comes and talks to Saraswati. Parvati comes and talks to Saraswati, Lakshmi becomes very envious. Possessive. She's my friend. She should not talk to anybody. Nobody should approach her. And in many families, because we teach this Bhagavad Gita in real-time life applications, many people we help. So they are so possessive. In some houses I have seen, the mother don't want the grandchildren to talk to the grandmother. She becomes very possessive. Why grandmother is getting so, close to the grandchildren? Possessive. Why my wife is so close to her father and brother? Husband is very envious. Possessive. Nirmamo. Mama, possessiveness. Krishna is telling. So comparison is not a problem. But from comparison, you must have these qualities. Then it is very good. You become very peaceful. You become very happy. But if you become possessive, very, very possessive, that you don't want anybody to, that this is my husband, this is my wife, and only I should. So Vaishnavas, especially in Srimad Bhagavatam, it is mentioned. That's why the Vaishnavas, they engage whatever they have, their wife, their husband, their children, their parents, their relatives, friends, their money, everything, whatever assets, everything they have, they engage in the service of Lord Shri Krishna. So they don't become very possessive. When they put Krishna in the center of their life, then they don't become possessive, then they don't become dveshis. That means they are not at all, envious, jealousiness, all this will go away. That's what is Bhagavad Gita teaching. Don't compare. Yes, you must compare. But after comparison, you should not be envious. You should not be jealous. You should not be attached to that outside. Yeah, my friend is Saraswati. Parvati is coming and talking to Saraswati. I feel very happy. Oh, very nice. No, they must be talking about me only, something. What is he talking about me? Are you talking about me? I overheard my name came. No, yeah, we were only, talking good about you. No, something. Tell me what she told exactly. And then like this Marco and Luko story, Lakshmi will lose all her intelligence. She will become very bitter, unhappy. She cannot sleep. What today morning I saw, my best friend Saraswati talking for such a extensive long time, half an hour lunchtime, Today Saraswati never spoke to me. She was only talking to Parvati. And Lakshmi loses her sleep. And then she becomes very bitter. And because of this is the actual unhappiness. That is why Krishna is telling, don't be envious, don't be jealous. You use this as a tool for comparison, for growth, for your improvement, for your transformation, not for your destruction and other people's destruction. Marco and Luko story, both are destroyed. Losing one eye and losing two eyes, what is the difference? They both destroyed. So when envy and jealousy comes, it will not only destroy you, and also it will destroy the people around you. This is a very important thing to understand. All right. So we can give so many examples about this. So don't be too possessive. You be very, very, adveshta sarva bhutanam maitraha karunaye vacha nirmamo nirahankaraha. And you are sama in sukha and dukkha. Both times you are very, very equanimous. You are very, very equal in sama. So this is Bhagavad Gita. So please, later, you share this to your friends. If this content is very, very useful to you, you can like, you can subscribe on my YouTube, and also ask questions on my YouTube, because questions will help others also to understand, and then they share this content with others. It's very, very important, right? So if you think, and again, if you are envious or jealous, then you don't feel like sharing with others. Oh, this teacher is very good. I only should have him all to myself. I will not forward because they will also get benefited from this. Then it is not nice. Then I have not conveyed the message properly. If you feel you should not, forward this link to somebody else, so please forward this to others. Let them also get this message. This is not my message. Then it becomes my ahankara. He says, nirmamo nirahankaraha. Devotee has no ahankara. If I think this knowledge I am giving, I am not giving. Krishna is giving to the acharyas. Acharyas are giving to us. We are just repeating to you like a postman. I'm just a postman repeating what Krishna said to the acharyas. Acharyas told me, and then I am telling you. So otherwise I become ahankar. Once ahankara comes, again destruction. I should not be having any ahankar. So this is Lord Krishna has given. He's so kind. So let us, spread this Bhagavad Gita knowledge to others, and this is very, very important. All right.